Well, I've always been interested in cancer research from back when I was in medical school and seeing so many people get cancer and die of cancer, but it's become personal recently because my cousin passed away this year of cancer. He was like a brother to me. My mom's a cancer survivor, but my dad died of cancer less than a week ago. And so it has become personal to me. And 1 in 5 people in this country are going to die of cancer, and it doesn't have to be that way. People talk about cures and treatments, which we want to find, but actually early detection tests, which are much cheaper to find and very effective if we can start implementing them. Screening with early tests, we can stop a lot of these cancers when they're still treatable. That's what this institute is about. It's about curing cancer, detecting it early, and treating cancer and other diseases so we can improve people's lives. That's what it's about. Well, Amendment 3 is different in many respects, and what most people don't know is I've actually been involved in writing all 3 of them. I was consulted by the Proposition C people. I was asked to write part of the Amendment 2, and much of the language is actually stuff that I wrote, and then of course I wrote Amendment 3. The big difference is Amendment 3 is really for the people, for Missouri, and it's for finding cures for cancer and other incurable diseases, early detection tests, things like that, and building a world-class medical research institute in the state of Missouri. Amendment 2 is really recreational marijuana. When I was involved in drafting the language, that's one of the reasons I got out. They have it with home grow, very liberal home grow, one of the most liberal in the entire United States. There's also some evidence that liberal home grow brings in a criminal element. They also decided with Amendment 2, they allow violent felons to grow, sell, and transport marijuana in the state of Missouri, which made no sense at all. I think what actually happened was they had a big donor back on the West Coast that would donate several $100,000s to their effort, but he was a convicted violent felon, and he would only donate the money to the Amendment 2 people if they would write it so he could come into Missouri and be involved. So that's why they have the violent felon exception in Amendment 2. Then I worked with the Proposition C people, and they're actually the retired Anheuser-Busch. Nobody can find out who they are, but I met with them. They're the retired Anheuser-Busch executives. And what you'll notice if you look at C in detail and 2 in detail is that they both have 61 licenses. And one entity or person can own up to 3 licenses. So you're going to end up with about 10 to 20 people with either one of those. They're going to monopolize the industry in the state of Missouri. And so that's really what 2 and Prop C are looking at doing, is having a monopoly that can then control the industry in the state of Missouri. So there are a lot of differences, a lot of significant differences, and I think Amendment 3 is really probably the best medical marijuana law in the United States if it passes. It's written in this amendment that this research institute is owned by the people of the state of Missouri, and all the money that's made by this institute goes to the people of the state of Missouri. 25% of it will go as an income tax refund. So every year, anybody that pays income tax will get an income tax refund check from the institute. Some of the money will go to education, some of it will go to infrastructure repair, and there will be an accounting at the end of each year, so it's very transparent. And this is required to be published so the people will see where the money went. And because it's a constitutional amendment, the state legislature cannot siphon off money for other projects. When I've become involved in politics, I mean, people are, they're downright nasty, and they say things that aren't true, and I've been smeared on social media, and it's kind of sad for my kids to have to see stuff that's not true, and I've had death threats because I've opposed some of the stuff. It's really sad, but Amendment 3 it's honest, it's transparent, and it's for the people. There's only a small percentage of the money that will go to actually building the institute. Most of it's for research, but the area where the institute will be located is going to be decided by the people. So the scientists will pick about 5 of the best locations in the state, but the people in those locations will actually vote on it. And the ones that vote the most for it will get it, and the ones who don't want it, vote lower, won't. It's truly democracy in action. Plus, the people that get the institute will also get the 10,000 plus new jobs. They'll get all the things that go along with that. It'll be a big boon for whatever place gets it, that's for sure. Well, 25% of the profits from the Research Institute will go to income tax refunds to the people of the state of Missouri. And it's equal across the board. So you will get equal amount to everybody up to a certain point, depending on profits. But eventually, as it's more and more and more, Missouri could be a state in the foreseeable future where there are no income taxes paid by anybody because you actually get your income taxes refunded through this institute.
Vote yes on 3.